Hey everyone, welcome and welcome back here to my channel. And this channel is Nissaman, and I am Nissa, and I love Pokemon. So, today it is relaxing Sunday, and why does my lipstick look orange? It's a Christmas red. I promise you that much. In real life, it's a Christmas red. I have no idea why it looks more peachy orange. It still looks cute though, but it's not Christmassy. But anyway, I actually thought I did do this earlier, so sorry we get the cutscene here. But today we are back in Let's Go Eevee, of course. We are still working on Scarlet and Violet. Ooh, I just need to turn off the music on my TV so I don't need to hear the sound for this game. Honestly, I do in Violet, where I have headphones on, and that works. But honestly, when you have played a Pokemon game enough times, you get tired of the music. Though I will say it's not the worst Pokemon music ever. In either of these two games, we have heard something way worse. But yeah, we have 4 badges at this point. I'm not even sure which city we're in, but I guess we can open up a map. Yeah, that's what happens when you play 4 games a week. Okay, 11th. Okay. Here in Saffron City, we have a Pokemon Center, Pokemon Mart, Pokemon Gym. I don't think we beat that though. I think we went into Subcope last time. I think we have a gem, but I think this one where Eric has. Doesn't that fit in? Yeah. Yeah, that fits. I think. I hope it fits. So we should have a gym here. I think we have a team that we're still not perfectly happy about, or I am not perfectly happy about it yet. That wasn't what I was supposed to do, but here are Eevee. We just gonna go out of that. Party there. So I just need to there. Yeah, you couldn't see it. It's just because when I have clicked on something on my screen, then it get these red outlines and lines to see how it lines up with the rest of the screen, and it's just frustrating to look at. Okay. I still have some Pokemon that I'm not perfectly happy with. I don't think we can evolve Hunter, though. Periodo, I do not care for. I don't understand why Game Freak haven't yet, and that's even in Gen 9. I haven't seen a bird Pokemon I'm perfectly happy with. I'm kind of happy with the, I was going to say Flamenco, but no. They could have done something great with the Flamingo, or Flamigo. But the, dancing bird, and I'm not even sure if it's a Gen 9 one, it's halfway there. I feel like they could have done more with it, and especially because it doesn't evolve. It's like it needs an evolution that's just more of everything. But as you can see here, we have a little uneven team with our Arcanine down at level 29 and our Eevee at level 39. So we have a span of 10 in difference here, but it's not the worst thing ever, to be honest. I do believe it's not Erika, it's what's she called? Yeah, I think last time we went in here and still saved Hulpsko. That can't be last time. Was it? What? Sorry. Oh, welcome. Are you here to meet the president? You'll find him at boardroom floor 11. I just want to go up there to see if there's a reason to. floor 11. But I'm pretty sure we cannot get in there. Like, you need the other... Yeah, you cannot get in this way, but you can get this. But again, he already gave us the Master Ball, I believe. So what else would he have to offer? Pretty sure we have a Master Ball. Pokemon Medicine, TM, Catching, Pocket. Yeah, we have the Master Ball, so I don't think there's anything else you have to offer. He would have said so right away. I did turn off the mic sound a little bit, so please tell me if it's too much. I figured out I was recording a video yesterday and it was just so low in volume, so I turned it up, and then the next video I recorded, it was really high because I was kind of yelling at a point. So I tried to find the sweet spot, and then I tried to remember that when I talk louder, I will do like this or this, and then when I talk a little more just talk, I will sit kind of like here, I think. Again, it's not, it's not a perfect science, but I try to work around it, and I'm not sure if it was affected by the fact that, oh yeah, we did the fighting thing here. I think, yeah, we got the Hitmon thing, the kicking one. I just remember they called him, and I'm not sure if this is the right name is in English, but in Danish they called him the kicking devil, and then the other one the punching devil, I think. Not like their name, but I think the Pokédex is known as kind of like some Pokemon are known as the puppy Pokemon or something like that. I can't, no Pokemon comes to mind right now, sorry. Yeah, this is the worst gym ever. Show me a Pokemon that's at least level 45. Huh. Okay. Okay, so we cannot do that. Okay, do we have candy? No candy. Okay. So what we can do is we can go this way, and then over where you can catch all of the Eevees. That's my best guess. I kind of want an evolution on the team though. The thing is though, we can't get the newer ones, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you cannot get the new ones. You need the old ones. Okay, I'm just gonna go in here so we can fly here later if we need to, or maybe there's something we can swap around in here. Yeah, that I always thought it was weird to blow the Pokemon up on the screen so everyone can see. Imagine you have a really rare Pokemon that some people may want to steal, and they just get blasted up there. A Pokeflute awakens sleeping Pokemon. It does so with a sound that only they can hear. Kind of knew that. If I had a Pokemon, I would go to Pokemon Road 2. Okay. Who are you? Shall I foresee the nature of those faithful allies? 10,000? No. So I'm not sure. I'm just gonna click again just to see how much I have. Okay, we're gonna say yes. I'm not sure if gonna affect the game. Well, let me ask you a few questions. There are 5 flowers of different colors in front of you. Which flowers do you water? Pink. Hey, I see. Now, among the 5 flowers I mentioned earlier, which one will you thin out if you have to? I guess that's remove. I do not like the color yellow, but the thing is though, green flowers are just like flowers that doesn't bloom. So because it's flower, I'm gonna go with green. Understood. Now, I will look into your future. Meeting, greeting, every time so fleeting. Hello, goodbye, every day beneath the sky. Nah, cha, hey, cha, wouldn't wanna date cha. Abracadabra, nature is so fab, wow. It is guiding your path. The encounter you will have is this day are likely to have, yes, a naive nature. And now I'll take your payment. I wish you good fortune. Okay, so, but it's just telling me like a Pokemon I would catch either way, I guess. Psst, the woman with the opera in the corner over there. Mama has it. She's amazing fortune teller. Yeah, right. Okay. Sorry, it's just gonna lower you a little bit. Yeah, I feel like hanging a little bit today. I don't feel like sitting straight. But it's relaxing Sunday, so I guess yeah. It's only Buzzy Buzz you have. Huh. I come here to collect a lot of Cantonian Vulpix. If you have a Vulpix, please trade it to me. I think I have a bag up. Yeah. So we're gonna trade the bag up. Offer as a trade. And now we have our glass cannon, which every team needs, if you ask me. Bye bye, Vulpix. I do not like what Pokemon teaches kids. I do not like it a lot. Like, if you don't like your pet, you can just give it away to someone else and you can get a new one. But I don't like the idea of that. Thank you for the great trade. Alola and Vulpix are ice type, unlike Vulpix and Kanto. Now you tell me. It's kind of like if I didn't know, that would be so weird. So, potty and why? And I need... Where did she go? Oh, right there with besides my Vulpix, of course. At the party. Bye-bye, Periodo. It's a little under-leveled considering I just needed to have a level 45 to before. But yeah, thanks. We have a Lily Woolipix, and I actually think Vulpix need stones to evolve. I'm not sure. Yeah, Fire and Ice Stone. But when do we want them to evolve? Fire Blast, you learned that at level 56, but do we actually want that? I don't think Ninetales are gonna learn anything. I'm just gonna say this is generation 1. Yeah, Arcanine are not able to learn anything by level up besides level 1. Pre-evolution. These moves can only be learned to a Pokemon Red-Blue by a previous evolution of Ninetales. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna go back here to look at Vulpix, and then I'm gonna say that it's a generation 1 because I think that changes things a little bit. Oh, what did I just click on? Yeah, Vulpix. Gen 1. Okay, so it learns Fire Spin at level 42. Okay. And then if we look at our Alolan, is that level 17? Sorry. Yeah, that's Sun and Moon Generation 7. But this doesn't match because it's still fire moves. Oh, Alolan Vulpix there. Okay. So it learns a lot of statics moves. But Blizzard at level 42, Ice Beam level 36. So I can actually evolve that before my Auto 1. The thing is though, I'm not sure if this is a Generation 1 game or a Generation 9. I'm not sure. But if I try to pick Alolan Ninetales. Yeah, she also only learned moves at level 1. And egg moves. She have egg moves, but we don't have eggs in this game, so that doesn't work. So, yeah. Okay, so a little more clever. Or clever probably isn't the word to use. Oh, we have something laying in there. It's so honestly constricting to move around in this game when you've just been playing Violet. But I do like... Here you can really just turn your brain on or off, and then you will go the right way. I think a lot of us accidentally took one of the wrong, at least one gym or one something with the wrong badge. What is this? I just went into a building. I just went out of the building. We're gonna go into the building. I don't remember this building. Oh, it's this building. I remember this building. I don't remember if there's anything up here. I think it's just going around in circles, to be honest. Because then you can get in here, and then there's this guy. As you can see from all my notes on the boat, there's nothing that I don't know. I even know that the whole world can be found from inside your Nintendo Switch. The whole world can be found from inside my Switch. What? So connect with friends and enjoy trading. Seriously, that's the only reason to get out here. We found play rough. That's useful at least. Yeah, as I said, waste of time going up here. But I do like play rough. I do enjoy play rough very, very much. I really oh, the door is open. That's probably why it's so cold. But did you notice that I actually have real pants on? So they no pajamas, pants, actually pants. I'm kind of proud of myself with that. Yeah. It's again, I'm home alone still. My parents comes home tomorrow, I think. And then Tuesday probably we will have a Christmas dinner together. So I'm looking forward to that. So now I am in the city where I already done everything, I guess. I want a map button. There. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So we can continue this way. I could also just grind another place to catch a new Pokemon, but I'd rather go this way. Do we have... Yeah, we have a Pokeflute, so we can actually do that. And then it's gonna be mad at us and we're gonna fight it. I think. I'm not sure what they're gonna do in this game because in the original one it was that Snorlax is looking at you and it looks hungry. Okay. There's something I forgot to mention when I gave you the Pokeflute. Oh, perfect timing. You see, the Pokemon is called Snorlax. It's been known to attack the first thing it sees. Okay, so it will attack us. I need a controller with turbo on. I really do, but we can't. I don't understand why we can't use it in this game. Just make us like point with our D-pad. It's not like I want to sit like this with my Pro controller, but it's just frustrating. Okay, we're gonna try and trash it. I'm not sure that's gonna work because it is so big and bunky. That's a weird attack. It makes sense for Dark type and Ghost types because it's creepy to go around legging people. But besides that, yeah, I'm just gonna end my sentence there. It just doesn't make sense for other Pokemons to use. Okay, guys, trashy. Do not hurt yourself. That's stupid. Seriously. And it's just gonna heal itself up again while I'm killing myself. Because that's fun. Damn it. Okay, let's try a double kick. Yeah, if you are that stupid, you deserve to just die right now. Honestly. Double kick again. And this Pokemon is frustrating as shit. If I only have 2 turns, I can poison them. I'm not sure it's gonna help me. Can I Master Ball it? I feel like that would be a waste, to be honest. Try to double kick it again. We didn't poison it though. Or maybe we did and it's just showing sleep because it was the first thing. Yeah, we didn't poison it. Okay, hitbound, we can work with that. Trash it. Okay, I would like it to survive, honestly, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, now we can get it. Okay. Okay. I need to remember to move the mic when I do this. That's not gonna work. It was really bad. What's it called? Throw. That was better. But it's a crappy Pokemon to catch. Crappy Pokemon. Okay, can we feed it? Back. Aspire. Oh, it ran away. Of course it did. Oh. Damn it. Well, I think there's one more in the game. I don't think I caught one of these yet. Oh, Raticate. It's just the only way to grind is to throw Pokeballs at something, which I do not appreciate. I like it as a catching mechanic. I don't like it as a grinding mechanic. Oh. It was the bird I was going for. Where went birdie? Birdie. Which one did I hit? The wrong birdie. Okay. I'm just gonna see if I have no... Yeah, I have other purple. I just feel like... Sorry, hair. I feel like it doesn't matter if I waste some of these on this. It doesn't matter. Because I can't really use them later when it gets even tougher to catch Pokeball or Pokemon. You just as well use them here, I guess. Oh. Yay, ugly berry. Honestly, I think I liked the Pidgeline when it, like in Generation 1. I think I liked it back then. I just feel like it's been so overused and it's redundant. Like at this point, every generation adds a new kind of exactly the same line where I like, you should be able to make interesting birds. There's so many gorgeous birds in the world. You even added a parrot in this generation 9. And I understand what you did with it. I would just prefer to like really show off all of the beautiful colors. Like making a red and blue with yellow individual feathers or something like that. Make it beautiful with their long tail. Show it off. where it's just like a stereotypical pirate parrot, kind of, it looks like, if you ask me. So. Yeah, there's a long way to 5 levels. That wasn't that way. Could you please sit still? There. Probably didn't get it, but I tried at least. Oh, I got it. Jogger. Sorry, it's just those Steam points you have in your Steam library. I bought one of these backgrounds from a profile the other day, and it just didn't showed up, and now I got a pop-up on my computer saying you have something in your inventory. So it's probably that. It just shouldn't take like 2 or 3 days to get it there. Like, I buy it online and it's a virtual thing, so I don't get it. What? Why is roar something you want to learn? The target is scared of and a different Pokemon is tracked out. It doesn't make sense. It do not make sense for me. Basically because you will have to fight either one of the trainer's Pokemon either way. And you don't choose which one gets dragged out. Yeah, this one, it's impressive if I either just get it. Oh, I did. It's just so as soon I can do with them moving up and down. When they move sideways, I get confused really fast. Could you imagine they made one that did this? And not like, oh, sorry. Not like one circle. No. Like, maybe a turn and a half this way, and then half a turn that way, and half for, like, you didn't know when it would change direction. That would be awful. Okay. So here's the thing. We have 2 doors, but I think we're gonna take this one. Man. Human being. Good efforts. It takes many who make it up here. Okay, I guess. I feel like in the original game there was something important to do here. I feel like they removed that part though. Do. Okay, we have a girl here. Hey girl. Oh dear. You found my secret retreat. Please, don't tell anyone I'm here. I make it up to you with this. Yay, we can learn to fly. Okay. Yeah, that's important because you needed to learn fly. Like in HM. In the original game to move around. But now it doesn't make sense. Because you have the technique. Secret technique, I think it's called. Again, stupid concept. I think it's a way for them to remove the HM and not reintroducing it, but trying to do something with it still, and it just didn't work. Like, it doesn't make sense to teach my Eevee to fly. Okay. I don't think we can trash it. But I feel like a normal type move would be better than a fighting type move. So we have that part going on. And I have 5 HP, so I'm dead, basically. Literally, more like it. So, okay, what would we want to do with the Onyx? I feel like I should be good though, but it's fairly underleveled. Yeah, water grass is super good. Don't have any. Then ice, fighting, ground, and steel should be good. What? Why are fighting good? Why is ghost not good? Okay, so we're gonna try with our... Yeah, fire is bad here, so that's a chunk of my teeth. However, I don't think my Vulpix is high enough level to even survive the first move. My Eevee have a water attack, I think. I think at least. So, Bouncy Bubble. And it what? Like a charm. Sorry, I just read it as punk gay and not punk guy. He can be gay if he wants to. It's not that. It would just be really weird to like name someone punk gay in a game. What? It did that again. I'm not sure why, but suddenly it decides that OBS don't want to work, and then it works right away. It's just for a second it dips that low, and it's like every time I'm live, but it seems like it's still working. So, weird. Feel like fire should be good. I'm not sure. Not as good as I wanted it to be. And I didn't get poisoned by it, so that's something. Very bad. Now we poison. That is okay. I guess. Because we're just gonna heal ourselves. Oh, no, Glizzy Glow. That should work, right? I forgot we had a psychic move. Yeah, that worked. Yeah. We got some money and some Pokeballs. And then we can fight this guy. Hey, you just bumped my... He didn't say bump into me. He says you bumped me. Am I the only one reading that one wrong? I did. Didn't do what I wanted it to, but I think we're still alive. So we're gonna go with Ember. Which it's not the best fire move, but it worked. I didn't like that. What is my last? Oh, it's Leah. We're not gonna go with Lear. But it's also because a lot of these DN1 Pokemon don't learn any useful moves after they evolve. And this Arcanine was evolved too early. That didn't do a lot. And I waited. However, because it is so low on HP, should we? I'm not sure. But that is it's not a Ikings, it's a Arbok. Ice is neutral. It's okay to use. The only thing good really is Psychic and Ground, and we don't have that. So let's try. Because if it can kill it off, it will give a ton of HP, and we want that. So let's see here. That's Fairy, it's not Psychic. What is stronger, Aurora Beam or Ice Beam? Ooh, that wasn't on purpose. I just dropped the Joy-Con. It didn't matter. Now I am happy we didn't do it against you, or next at least. So, come in and defend your friend. Yeah, I just keep having hairs everywhere. That's what happens when you have kitties. Okay, we have Fire Blast. If we already learned Fire Blast, which should be the last one we learn. Fire Blast and Glit. Thank you. Tricky. Eevee. Willipix. Oh, by the way, I talked with my brother, and he's really looking forward to Violet Scarlet. If he don't have more issues than I had, but he don't know how to pick the game because, and this I just find this funny, to be honest. He wants the one with most ghost Pokemon because it's the first time where he feels like he can complete a game only with ghost types, because the alligator. No, that's not the name. Alligator Pokemon, crocodile Pokemon, is in its latest evolution is Ghost, so he can do that, and he really wants to do that, which is fine. But he don't want to get spoiled, so he don't want to know about new Pokemon, and he really tried, and he still haven't been spoiled about any of them, besides the fact that he knows I have a Dachshund that kind of looks like my mom's old dog. So that's the only spoiler he have. He don't know about typings or anything like that. But then how does he know which one to play? Because he wants the game with most ghost types Pokemon, but when he aren't able to see which Pokemons are in the game, or in version exclusive because you don't want to see the Pokemon, then it's a tough one. So he figured he could just ask his sister which one to get. And I'm a mean bitch, so no. So I'm looking forward to see how he will figure out which game to play. The original idea was that I would get one and he would get the other. But I actually think about also getting Scarlet, and if I have both, then it doesn't matter. I feel like I play against the clock. The one who runs out of PP first will lose. Oh, that helped me a little bit. Thank you. Okay, should we heal up some Pokemon maybe first? A medicine pocket. I have some vines. I need you to be awake. And I kind of want you to get the XP. So, yeah, and then I'm just... Oh, no, that wasn't what I wanted. I wanted... Here. Move Pokemon, and I want to move you up there just to feel a little more secure. Nice Pokemon handed over. Like, these are more intimidated than either Team Rocket member. I'm not only saying the grunts, but anyone in Team Rocket. These are more menacing than... Da 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 da. You need something stronger than a Rattata if you want to be able to steal Pokemon from other trainers. Okay, send out a coffee. Just come out with your coffee. Coffee. Scary. Let's see. Glacic line. Oof. You still need something a little bit stronger. Terminates it. It's not even itching, it's just tickling. And it's frustrating. I just think it's something mental. As soon as I know people may be looking at me, I'm like, oh, something hair, nose, everything. I don't know what this is. Everything. Like, I need to pick myself in some way or another. It's really frustrating. Okay. And I kind of want you to kill it. This is shy. Oh. But at least it burned. Oh, it's rolling this thing there. I was like, burning in the river. Okay, so we'll help it put out the burning or the fire. And heal ourselves in the process. And kill you. But I put out the fire at least, so you're not burned anymore. Which I think is a nice thing to do. 41. Well, it's funnier than just grinding. But that's everything we had here, so we need to... And the voice thing here, you need to load the game 4 times now. So here, this is the 2nd time. Then we go. And then we're gonna load the game again. 3rd time. And 4th time. It's stupid as shit, but apparently it probably are gonna like mentally make small kids think that the game is bigger because it takes longer time. A lot of people drops their stuff here. Super potion, we can use that. Okay, I just want to use a water attack on a duck. I just want to, okay? It's not because it did anything, it's just because I wanted to. Lizzie Glow. Like that. Should we switch Pokemon? No. We figured out we have one strong move at least against it, so... Which is funny because the Psychic Dog and water doesn't hurt it that much, but Psychic moves does. Apparently. Boofy. Ooh. Thinking of Buffy. Not Buffy, but Buffy. I've been watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer here the last couple of days. I just started season 2. It's just one of those series that is really bad, but really holds up nicely. I mean, like the script itself, I can't say much about because I think it is a product of its time. But I never known anyone who talked like they do there. The vampires are very melodramatic, which is a choice, of course. So that's something you can choose to make them that way. But also Buffy and her friends, the way they talk to each other, I just never would talk like that. I never known anyone who does, but I think it's a product of the time. And I just figured, like, we have a lot of modern movies nowadays with and the series with strong female independent characters that's just wrote so weird. And I never feel like they represent me in any way. But Buffy does. Buffy is this teenage girl who have literally the world on her shoulder. And she does the best she can. And she loves her friends. She loves her mom. And she just wants to do the right things, but sometimes it scares her, which I also think is a really good touch. But she is this person that as a person I really can't relate to, but to a storyline, a protagonist, and her choices I can. It's only like she's really like shopping, she likes what's new, she comes from this big city, moving to this small city that she didn't want to move to. I can't recognize any of that in myself, but like really wanting to do the right thing, even though sometimes it's shown that it isn't the right thing, even though you really thought it was. That part I can really relate to. And she have issues. Like, she have mental issues in some of the episodes. Not like, I'm not saying like she's mentally ill. But she dies a few times and comes back to life. And deals with it the hard way, the human way, and that's amazing. She have issues. She gets scared, but when she has to, she fight people even even though she's scared, because she knows she have to, so she does it. Not because she wants to, and it's so good. And I just think I'm so happy that they haven't remade that in a modern image, because I would feel so sad if some modern Hollywood producer chose to revamp Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I just feel it would kill the original. I have both seen the movie and the series many times before. I do not resonate with the movie the same way I does with the series, but in general, I'm more a series person than movies. I like that things have time to evolve over time, especially when it's fantasy and it's world building. And even though it happens in a kind of modern city in the US and all of this, it's still world building, because there's this part of our world that we still don't know. And I kind of wanted to make a movie, just a short video on it, but it doesn't fit this channel and it doesn't fit my main channel. But I just get mad sometimes when people tells me this is what women want, because I watched every single episode of She-Hulk. I watched every single episode of what's it called? Loki, Wonder Vision. I watch every Marvel movie that you are able to see without going to the cinema, because again, I can't leave my home, so I can't. I need to wait for it to get out where I can see it. I watched every single thing there is in the Marvelverse. The only thing that I didn't watch right away was the Ant-Man series. I actually watched that after Endgame. But honestly, it's just, it feels like Marvel, and Marvel is just an example. There's also, I'm so happy that I chose not to watch the Lord of Rings series thingy spin-off that Amazon is making. I'm so glad I chose not to see it, because I feel like when I start a series, that something could change midway through, so I always watch every episode. I keep watching, hoping that it will become better, that I just missed something in the beginning and it's gonna get there. And with She-Hulk, for instance, it became a chore to watch everything. I saw it come out and I waited and I was like, oh, I have to do it before the next one come out. So the night before the next one come out, I would watch that from last week, because I really didn't want to. And I feel like it would have been the same, basically, if I had... it would have been the same if I had watched that. And I'm so happy that I chose to watch House of the Dragon. I actually chose not to, for the same reason. But then people start talking about it, and I feel like, okay, I'm gonna watch it. I didn't see Game of Thrones before the first episode of Season 8 came out. I think 8 is the last season, right? Yeah. When that came out, I got sick, and I never watched Game of Thrones, because I like these kinds of universes. I just feel like a lot of fantasy are broken. They're for some reason broken if mainstream likes it. A lot of the best fantasy videos, movies, series, whatever, are the ones no one knows about or no one likes. In my opinion, like the best books I heard, like I listened to other books, is the ones I never heard anyone talk about. And it's amazing. So I was like, well, it's mainstream. And at that point, it's also like there's, 7 seasons already. So why watch it? Why start something I know I'm not gonna finish halfway through? I'm gonna watch it all if I'm gonna do it. But I got sick and I was like really, really sick. It was before Corona, I think. Yeah, it was before Corona. But I still got sick. And I just didn't have any energy. And I just was laying on the couch feeling sorry for myself and my whole life choices and all of this. And it was, sometimes when you're sick, this is gonna take at least a week. So I really needed something to see. So I started watching it. And I didn't stop. And I have rewatched it 3 times because it's amazing. And I love it. It have issues, though. That wasn't good. Oh, sorry. It have issues. I'm not gonna say that it doesn't, but it's so much better than I imagined, and I don't think I ever saw anything that didn't have issues. Like, I'm one of those people that have decided any Christmas movie where they kiss the 24th of December is a bad Christmas movie. That's my decision. It's a bad Christmas movie if they kiss the 24th of December. So, every time my mom asks me this winter, do you want to see this? Do you want to see that? Do you want to see this? And I ask her, do they kiss the 24th? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm not even gonna touch that. I don't want to. Because I love stories with love that evolves naturally. I don't like love that evolves in a certain way, so we know that they will not kiss before, but will be ready to kiss exactly the 24th. It's so forced. And I know a lot of people love these movies, and I actually used to too. But it's just so redundant. Like, my Christmas movie list is very short. It's Christmas Chronicle and Noel. That's what I have been watching this year. I also have some Danish ones that you probably don't know. But there's a few Christmas ones. For instance, we have this Christmas calendar that every year we have it on our 2 main channels here in Denmark, and they have one each. And then one year the one make a new one, and the next year the other makes a new one. But they always send something, so every other year they send a old one. And some of these old ones are real good. Some of these new ones are really stupid. But there's some of the old ones that I still really appreciate to watch. And that makes me... That's Christmas in a bottle. It really... Or not in a bottle. But it's Christmas. Kiss the 24th isn't Christmas. Like, I really love in the Game of Thrones the love between but I'm not good with the name. I wanted to say the mountain, but no. The big lady that wants to become a knight. Her and Jaime Lannister. I love their love because it's natural. It's not forced. It's just chemistry between 2 people. I will say, though, the scene where he just joins her in the bath is a little weird, but again, it's another time, and they had these big bathing houses back then. So it kind of makes sense. But honestly, that was so good. The love between Jaime Lannister and his sister, I didn't get. And it's not because it's his sister. I understand that for the drama of it. But I understand she thinks she loves him because I don't think she actually know what love is. She wants to possess people, even her kids. She wants to control them and every single aspect of their life. And if she can't do that, then she gets mad, basically. That's possessive. That isn't love. Her brother, though he is a kind of nice guy, we never shown anything that gave him a reason to even like her. He even talked with about this with his brother a few times, honestly, where he can't even explain to his own brother why he likes his sister. Not even why he likes her. So the thing about loving her is just crazy. And again, my issue isn't that it's incest, because the incest is there to show you something specific about them. And that's fine with me. Honestly. Not... You know what I mean. But it's the way it's just forced because it have to be there. That just doesn't work for me. And a part of it is the acting, and a part of it is the script. It's kind of half and half. In the book, I'm actually listening to the Game of Thrones audiobook at this point. It takes a while because it's mainly when I'm not around the screen, which I am a lot. So it's like when I'm laying in bed and can't sleep at night, or if I'm in the shower or doing something in the kitchen, I listen to it. Anyway, that wasn't the important part. There, it works better because you don't see these scenes that you see in the series. In the series, you see how she treats him, how demanding she is. She gets furious of him for the smallest thing. And I know some people actually kind of like when other people are like that around them. But that's a whole other story, and it's more like a sexual thing. It isn't a love thing. We got a Eevee. And that's just something I find really, really important, actually. So I want my Eevee on my team. I guess it can take the hunter's place, since I'm not using it. And now we just need to catch as many Pokemon as we can to level up. Ooh, Ponyta. This is actually where I found my first shiny Ponyta. Ever. The first one I known was a shiny. Maybe when I was a kid I had a shiny and didn't know. That is also a possibility. Of course. Oh, sorry, I keep hitting the mic. But anyway, back to Buffy. You really relate to all of these characters, and not only the protagonists, but all of them. Like, she have these two friends in the beginning, where one is a slobbering puppy, which is kind of written in the beginning very much like a lot of male characters today are written, which I find really interesting. He's this guy that's mostly there to tell everyone how hot the main character is and how much we should all love her. Then we have the female best friends. And again, the male and female best friend here were friends before Buffy moved to the city, and been so since they were small, as I understand it. She's there to be the nerdy one, but also to tell us everyone that she really in love with the male best friend and really sobbing over him for a long time. So this sobbing thing isn't only a male thing here. Females can also do it, which I like, which tells us apart from the other modern one. But as things move on, is both of them just becomes more than that. And I understand when you start a series, you can't have like Game of Thrones did it, but it's really hard to have 400 characters and get to know everything of one. Again, Friends also did this, where in the beginning you learn the most about Monica, Rachel, Ross. That's like the main thing, and the rest of them are there for jokes. Then when you move further into the seasons, you have more time to develop everyone, but the main plot can only hold so many people, so it makes sense to do it that way. Blanano, for instance, the best male friends here, who start helping her, even if she don't want to, he tries to get out there, even though she's the chosen one. She has these superpowers. He doesn't. He's just a normal guy. But because it's the right thing, he really wants to do so, and he also saved her life on several occasions. Female best friends don't do the same here, but she helps in the way she can, which is she's a computer geek, so she can hack a lot of stuff. She can monitor, she can read really fast, so she do all of the research along with the budget Giles, which is this kind of father feature. Like her father isn't really in the picture much. That was really bad drawn here. He really isn't in the picture much. So Giles is the father figure and the only adult person who knows what's going on. So he actually are the one with all of the knowledge. He have been researching this for years. He knew that he was supposed to become a watcher for a chosen one, the Slayer, since he was a young boy. So he's been ready for this, but she hasn't. Like Buffy hasn't. So he in the beginning thinks he got all of this figured out. He just needs her to get on the right path. And as things opened up, especially him and the female best friend here, really help develop each other and show how both of them are really important to the story. Where you could say, well, how many people do you need to read a book? But she are really good with a lot of things that he isn't. Like, he doesn't understand computers for once, even though we also get a computer IT teacher in later. But she's really, really good with all of these stuff. Where he can read of every single language. I think 5 or 6 languages, but which is a lot. Again, something he helps the female best friend to develop later. He also physically trained the Slayer and these kind of stuff. And it's just amazing how every single character get development. Even the female that in the beginning are introduced as the Queen Bee, by being the one that wants to actually become a friend with Buffy. But Buffy chooses not to. She wants to become a friend with Buffy because she's cool. She have a lot of name brand clothes bags. She's from a big city, so she's cool. So this Queen Bee really wants to become her friend. But since Buffy sees her picking on Willow, which is female best friend, then Buffy just don't care. She rather become friends with Willow, who were just picked on, showing a lot of about both Queen Bee and Buffy. And it's also really relatable because I think a lot of us as young adults or kids saw these Queen Bees as awful persons, which again get a lot of development later, especially in season 2 and later. showing that she isn't only this person, and she's actually really clever on some things. For instance, she's the only one in the beginning that figures out that something's going wrong. That isn't like the ones who are the main group. So yeah, it's just so well written, and everyone makes mistakes. Like Buffy hears about this prophecy that she will have to go down there either and stop this person from destroying the world, and she will die stopping the end of the world. But she chooses to quit before she gets her head together, and choose to go there anyway because it's the right thing to do, even though she knows she will die. When she gets down there, then already flaw 1 was that she tried to quit instead of doing the right thing, but she came around and did the right thing. Issue 2 is, it turns out it's because she goes there, because she is the sacrifice needed to start at this end of the world. Yeah, but she really tried doing the right thing, but it turned out if she had just stayed away, it wouldn't have happened. And it gives a lot of development to everyone on the team. For instance, best male friend choose to go down there after her, which is actually the one saving her because he gives her CPR because she drowned, apparently. Logic out the window. But he saved her life because he chose to go down there, even though he knows how dangerous it is. We also have this mysterious character that in season 1, especially first half of season 1, only shows up to tell Buffy about things that may gonna happen, and she needs to watch out for. And that's it, and then he leaves, which is very mysterious, which we know girls love. Which turns out later that he, even when she gets to know him a little bit, she tries kissing him, and it turns out he's a vampire, which makes her kind of having to kill him. And it's a whole thing. It's real good, actually. But this whole thing of why would wouldn't she kill him, and why does he kind of have to kill him, and hold that dilemma. And it's actually something where I think a lot of us wouldn't know what to do in that situation. Even rewatching that and knowing how it ends out, I'm still not sure which one would be the right choice. And it makes us think, and even for a casual viewer, you still start thinking about the bigger question here. Like, he hadn't hurt anyone, he hadn't killed anyone, he helped the slayer slay other vampires. But he also admitted that he have killed people. And you kind of have to drink blood at least to become survive as a vampire. So there's a lot of questions there, and no one knows all of the answers. And that's the fact. Even he doesn't know all of the answers. But you need to take a decision. Do you kill him? Do you try to save him? What do you do? And it's just the way it's built up. It's really amazing, honestly. And just a fun fact, it's actually also a part of why Doctor Who got revamped in 2005, because they saw that people actually wanted to see these fantasy worlds, even though Doctor Who and Buffy the Vampire Slayer is like far removed. It's still magical worlds, and one is certainly darker than the other. But the thing was that earlier Doctor Who got cancelled because people didn't want to see these unrealistic things. But in the 90s and only early 2000, it got a giant boost, and that's why we got New Who today. and I love it. I watch both. I love both. I just got the classic Who's seasons on Blu-ray. I didn't get all of them because a big chunk of them were sold all out. So I have 4 seasons here, and I think I have, and not chronologically, honestly. I think I got one with each Doctor at least, but a lot of them was already sold out, and it's limited edition. I have almost season 1 because some of the episode is lost media because BBC cleaned up apparently sometime and accidentally threw out a lot of Doctor Who, which is frustrating because we will never see all of the episodes, but that's how it is. But normally you will have to buy them like single story DVDs, and they are expensive. So I have like 2 season 2, and then I have like 10 season 1 or something like that. But it's funny to see. It's a whole different media. First of all, no CGI. And that's not a big issue. There's actually still a lot of monsters in Doctor Who that are practical effect, and they do practical effect in Doctor Who really good. But for instance, in one of the episodes, one of the persons dropped down a tunnel, and they show this by a glass tube, and then a little figurine, like a little man figurine. You remember as a child, you had that they had this flat surface they stood on, so this plastic floor that was in the button on the figurine, and they didn't remove that part, so it was just dropped down the tube, and they filmed that, and you can just see that floor thingy it stands on is just thrown in through the tube with all of it, and it's so bad made, but it works. And if that was, I would at least had cut off that piece. And they also use like still pictures for something like where you can see things are really bunky, or something like that. It's really amazing to see. However, I don't think I would enjoy it as much if I didn't like. I look for lore when I watch the original Doctor Who. I look for the lore. I really want to know the lore of. Again, I got into Doctor Who in New Who, so I hadn't seen anything before that. I think if I start today with the original season 1 from 60 something, I would probably get tired of it really quick. Like every episode in the beginning is end with "Oh no!" fades to black. And next episode start with "I dropped my shoe" or something like that. And it's just like, but why? But why would you do that? Like, a cliffhanger lose their touch if it's something that happens every time and doesn't get into real cliffhangers. Like, if you have something... yeah, and it's not like someone is in a situation where it actually could become dangerous. Like, for instance, if something... I'm just thinking. If they are fighting and someone yells, "Oh no!" and fade to black, that's a cliffhanger. 3 people walking on a street, one yelling, "Oh no!" fade to black. That's not a cliffhanger. It's like, but there was no one around. Nothing happened. We didn't saw people like if everyone started falling down a hole, or you saw something up top in the corner, like zooming in to the picture frame or something like that. That would have been fine. That would have been great. But just walking on the street, it's just, "Oh no!" cliffhanger. It lessened the touch of it, to be honest. And then also the thing that season 1 is like, I think, maybe 8 stories, but each story is between like 3 and 7 episodes. So seasons are actually real long this way. But you get a lot of things that are funny. For instance, at this point, no one's even talked about the Doctor being an alien. No one have talked about regeneration. So you can really feel like that wasn't a thought for the team behind it at this point. Blizzard. Ice beam. Yeah, we're gonna switch this. We guess this one. Yeah, it's just amazing to watch. I'm really looking forward watching these, but I also know if I had a boyfriend or something, I would never make them watch these. I have made people watch the new one, and normally they can at least understand what I like about it afterwards. I don't say they choose to watch it for themselves afterwards, but they understand which part of it resonates that much with me. These ones probably would make people want to kill me, and the way things were made back then, I wouldn't watch it if it wasn't for the lore. Like, I also enjoy like the first episode where I heard the Daleks. I just heard them, and I was like, Dalek! And I was like, because that was the first appearance of them. And they came in and they were menacing. And they didn't count on just the sound to make them scary. Nowadays, that's not. The voice of a Dalek is enough to scare people. But back then, people didn't know what it was. So even though you could hear them in the beginning, you still needed to really show why they're dangerous. And they did that so well. They really did. Honestly, I think if you had the writing team back then and just... yeah, the acting is also a product of its time. Like, the females are very... Oh, I saw... Kind of like that. Again, I have only watched season 1 and 2 episodes in season 2 this far, so I guess it will be better when we come up in the 80s maybe. But it was very, very theatrical and very melodramatic and very strong male characters only. Like, that's also why they wrote season out of the story, is because the actor was promised that she would be as awesome as the Doctor. Like, she is the grandchild, she is still a Time Lord. I don't think they have talked about aliens back then or regeneration, but the thing is, she is still a female from far into the future. So she knows a lot more than anyone else does, even the males at the time they are in most of the time. So therefore, she expected to become this, not overhuman, but like being the clever one, as much as the Doctor, sharing that top spot. And when it comes to it, it was pretty clear that she was just there to be another vulnerable woman to get captured. And yeah, I understand why she quit. I actually do. But it also says a lot that it was something that was talked about even back then. Even though it was the standard that this was how female characters were written at that time, it still shows a lot of that some females still wanted other roles, like not necessarily bigger, but just more respectful to their gendered roles. I think that's more the point. And it's just But again, I think if could you imagine sitting in a room with modern female women who hates men and everything they stand for, and they can do everything themselves, and male characters are only allowed to be in movies if they are background characters or whining creatures just to remind the viewer how awesome the female is. Could you imagine then sitting in a room with them and putting on media this old and show them? Like, how happy they should be for what they have at this point? Like 60 years ago, or the 60s, that's 60 years ago. It isn't that long ago, to be honest. It really isn't. So as I want females to become more equal in a lot of things, but I don't like the way they're doing it. Like, same pay, fair. If you work the same, if you elevate the interest of a movie the same way a male character with the same price would do, then you should get the same money. Like, if you do the same work for a movie, and we're not talking hours, we talk about how you benefit the movie. If you does that the same as a male character, then you as an actress should get the same pay. Fair. But movies should be different. The issue now is that all movies does the same mistake. Avatar actually didn't. I haven't seen it though. I have seen a lot of views of it. I don't count of actually watching it because I'm much story driven and I feel like I have seen the pretty pictures, and pretty pictures are not enough to keep me engaged, so I'm probably not gonna see it. Yes, there. Yeah. But for characters in the movies, listen, women of Hollywood, you can make a movie set in exactly the universe that exists in your head. You can do that. You can make a world. I actually started writing a book a few years ago where it was this society underground controlled by women. Completely controlled. Like, you have the queen that is a woman. Then you have the warriors that is women. Then you have the teachers, which was women. Teachers would also be doctors, and such. That would be like the class of the people in search of knowledge. And the warriors would be like the ones in search of strength. These two classes. And then males would be the slaves. And based on your place as a female in society, you are allowed to choose your mates, which would be there to take care of your kids, breed with you, and work for you, basically. Everything about gather food, gather water, again, underground creatures, so you don't have anything right there. When females get to a certain age, they can be a part of a selection where when they are chosen by the god, it's time for them to go out in the world on top of the ground. And then they will be there until they return home. And on that journey, they can either search for knowledge or they can search for strength. And that will choose what they do when they come back. I could do that, and that would be a perfectly normal matriarchal story. But it isn't to say that men should only exist to make the female feel better. It's just in this clan under the ground, this is how things would work. Then when you move around the world on your travel, you will see that other clans have the males at the top or equal rights or something like that, and discover that part, because even though men haven't historically seen the struggles of the women, women don't watch the struggles of the man either, and I really wanted to show that. This wasn't what I was intended to talk about at all. But I think we sometimes lose the sight of things. Ooh, not Ratita. I know you. You're the opponent. Yeah, Rapidash. I was in the same corner at least. Probably can't catch it with what I have though. No. Actually, my last playthrough, I won with my shiny Rapidash when it evolved to Rapidash at least. You're not fair. But in general, I think sometimes Hollywood producers think that because of the thing people used to do, we now need to make a historical tipping scale. So everything that was wrong about how we treated women now need to go to men to equal out the historical scale. And that's not how it should be. We should try and just make a scale for today. We need to equalize what happens today. We cannot go back and say, because we were treated that way, now men need to be treated that way. We cannot do that. And I think people do forget that a lot. And I find it kind of frustrating, to be honest. It's the best word I have for it. It's just frustrating. Especially because of the fact that you can do a lot with the video, but as long as you want to claim this is how things would be, if She-Hulk, it's supposed to be in this our world if there were superheroes. That's the stick. Our world if there were superheroes. It's not our world, but it's our world if something. But you could make a story that's this is how men would be in these completely other universe. You can do that. You can certainly do that. But in general, just doesn't work claiming that this is a person that every woman should relate to because it sits in our universe when the person is unlikable, unrelatable, and overall just a male character from 100 years ago. And not only a one male character, but clearly the bad guy from a movie from 100 years ago. And that terrifies me. Like, I understand when we start giving bad guys storyline, I like that. I love that. Even just Disney movies, the Descendants, I love that. And some of the bad guys was actually really, really bad, and some of them just didn't know better and such, and that's also quite interesting. But I'm never gonna relate to She-Hulk. I'm never gonna relate to... Oh. Yeah, we will fight the school trainer, I guess. I will never relate to Miss Marvel. I also had a hard time. I watched the... we have Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel. I watched both of them. I do not like Captain Marvel. Like, I feel like she needs to be rehabilitated in somewhere. She really needs to. And what makes it even worse is that she's from this other time where people just couldn't act the way she acts. Like, even though she don't have her memories, she still have this underlying idea of who she is. And she is from a time where no one would act the way she acts. The way they make her act is really modern take on it, and it's just wrong. Miss Marvel, on the other hand, I can't relate to either. But it's because I wasn't like a good girl as a kid. I'm not like precious or anything like that. But the way she chooses to fight with her parents, not that she chooses to fight with her parents, but the way she does this is really mean. And underdeveloped in a way. Like, kids will fight with their parents. That's nature. And maybe some people, in general, I have a hard time relating to teenagers today. And I'm not sure if it's because I'm getting older or teenagers getting dumber. I'm not sure. And I'm not saying all teenagers are dumb, but the way some of them talk, some of them, I said some, I have a real hard time with. But that's also reality TV. Like, I watched Too Hot to Handle first season, and I regretted it because I was just frustrated over the way they talk. She at least didn't talk like that. Well, you should no. She at least did not talk like that, which I am happy about. But still, burning. Why couldn't you just kill it? Well, that probably will. But I just feel really much like that wasn't made for me. And that's okay. If this movie's not made for me, that's okay. But the thing is, and this is why women have said that we needed female characters in the Marvel Universe, because they couldn't relate to the males one, apparently. I relate so much more to Bruce Banner, to Captain America, to even Iron Man. I would never relate to Iron Man, but I relate better to Iron Man, especially in his last movies, than I have done to any of these females. I related to what's she called? Scarlett Johansson's character, Black Widow. I related to her kind of until they broke her. And I'm sad about it. It's not the worst movie out there, but I kind of like that she didn't have one because she didn't need one. Because all of the questions we had about her made her character better. She was interesting because she's this spy that we don't know about. We don't understand. We have no idea about who she is, where she comes from. We know something about the red womb, something about ballerinas. When we see short scenes, very short scenes that hint at something from her backstory, it makes her even more interesting. It's the Doctor Who issue. Doctor Who is awesome when we don't know about his backstory too much. When they made the unearthly... No, the... When they decided that Doctor apparently wasn't a Time Lord anymore, and now we know everything, it's kind of really weird. Or we still don't know everything, but we know too much now. Now it isn't intriguing to think about anymore because they just broke in everything, to be honest. And you can compare that to Black Widow very, very much, and it's just, it frustrates me a lot. It really does. I feel like she could have got a do movie. She shouldn't have gotten her own. She should have had one, maybe backstory of this story, because we have actually been told this story before, like the short version of how Hawkeye was supposed to kill her to take out the target, but in a way he got to her in another way and made her understand what she was doing, that she was fighting for the wrong side, and got her over to his side. Which is very amazing, if you ask me. And very impressive, honestly. And I would love to see that story, because that would show like half backstory from her time, but not too much, and half backstory from his life, but not too much. I kind of like, I know not all people like, I like that they made him a family man, because it's something that we needed in the universe. And he was the easiest one to give it. I think takedown is double edge. Yeah, double edge I think is stronger. Yeah, it's of course faster, and it's gonna kill me. No, it didn't. I survived. That's amazing. And I killed it. Do I survive? Yes, I did. I survived. That's amazing. That's also amazing. Like, that would have been a great movie. However, I would have loved if they had made that maybe 10 years before Iron Man. Imagine they made this one-off movie 10 years before Iron Man, kind of made people forget a little bit about it, then made Iron Man, then built up the universe. Then you see Scarlett Johansson here, but you maybe not remember her, that she had that role, or you maybe not I think that it's supposed to be the same character or something like that. And then when they start talking about referring it a little bit, that would have been amazing. However, you can't expect someone to say, we have this idea for a franchise, but we only have one movie, and then you need to wait 10 years to get another. You can't really pitch that to a big studio. You can't. But that would have been amazing. But again, there's just something in this modern world of video that's just makes me angry a little bit, because I feel like people are telling me that if I'm not a woman like this, if I can't resonate with these women, then I'm a bad woman. And I'm not. I'm just a human. And as a human, I should be able to follow a male or a female or a non-binary, for that sake, character. As a human, if the human are right, I do believe there's a lot of men out there who thinks that they can use this apology to say that they just don't like female leads. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you write them right, both males and females will be able to resonate with them if it's written the right way. And if the person watching it actually wants to try. I really wanted to try She-Hulk. The thing that really, or issue with She-Hulk though, is much more so the issue where they broke her character. Like, they broke Black Widow. They broke She-Hulk. I was so looking forward to She-Hulk. But the thing is, though, and I also think she both at the same time broke, this is the worst part, both Deadpool and Daredevil. And Deadpool wasn't even a part of this. But every time we see a new something Deadpool, I will be frustrating for the wall break, because I gotta be scared of how it's gonna end. And it's so frustrating. On the other hand, Daredevil? No. No. Just no. Yeah. Just please no. Yeah. Yeah. And how much sex do you need in a Marvel movie series? Like, there is some places in Marvel Universe where sex would make sense. For instance, Iron Man. It would make sense. The series, or the part of She-Hulk, where she's Blizzard. The part where she's sleeping with the guy that cloned her phone. Important. Horny after every single male she sees. Not important. Dating episode. Oh, that was weird. And uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable to watch. And it's just, yeah, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I felt so alienated, and I felt like they told me that this is what a strong, independent woman should do. And it frustrates me, because that's what a strong, independent woman can choose to do, in my opinion. But choose to do is the important part here. It's not about what an independent woman should do, but can choose to do. But here it shows that this is why she is strong. This is why she is independent. I would rather have seen her kicking ass in the courtroom. I would, because she has these superhero powers. But the amazing thing about She-Hulk is her brain. It's how she fight for the little guy and protect the little guy in the court of law, I think it's called. That's the amazing thing about She-Hulk. It's not about whatever, basically, she wants to bunk. It's not about her fighting. I kind of would like to have seen the fighting in the end of She-Hulk, just because at this point I just needed some action to get my frustration out. But I would have thought it was fine if they didn't. But I would like to see if they had chosen cases from other Marvel things. Like, for instance, her first case does have something with Marvel to do. It's a real close case, honestly. But then we get this female bitch that she needs to fight every other episode. That doesn't make sense. The fight scene is awful. It's one does something and then yells at the person until the other person does something. That's the fight scene. That's not a fight scene. I don't know who... Was they afraid that their hair would get messy? Because it would. But that would have been awesome because it would have been real. No one fights like that. But I didn't need her. Like, the only good thing about She-Hulk was the court cases. And the thing about, she was doxxed in a way in the beginning, which I do appreciate. Like, that part was weird. But I don't like the way that they show her struggle for 30 seconds. Because she lost her job. And then she get a new one in a bigger, better firm. So she could just as well just have gotten a raise or something like that. Or they could have put her in the same firm, but go to her like, oh, we really want you to be a part of this division instead. And then kind of do it in a way where it's clear for everyone. She's there for publicity and they don't want her to actually be in the courtroom. Or they want her to be there, but she's not allowed to be first chair. She should be second chair and she would stay quiet even though she is so competent. That would have been great. Like, really show her struggles with it. Watch her fight for both sides. But more important cases, like a man who kills himself every time he gets tired of his wife. Waste of time. It's a funny joke. If it was a joke like that ran as a C plot, fine. It would have been funny. But as a main story, it's not enough. It's just not enough. And it's just frustrates me a lot. That at least now I think Disney is aware that we have some issues in the Marvel universe, and I don't want it to die. I don't. Especially now where I honestly think about never watching another DC movie again. Because, and this is not because of what they does with the movies, it's the lack of respect for people working for them. It's the lack of respect for people who worked, and not only the actors, but people who worked on a lot of these series and movies that just never been shown. Because it's not only about the money. It's not only about the money here. They could pay and say, okay, that's fine. But the thing is, it's future investment in themselves. Just try to think. Batwoman was cut. People who have been working for years on this, that have a resume, they want to add this on. But what looks best? Then you have a gap year on your resume, or you have a resume where there is a movie that was cut. And no one are gonna know if you did a good job or a bad job. Or your job, the one who got this movie cancelled. Did you work on what part of it? Again, it's not only the actors. We have people who works in post-production, pre-production, all kind of production, honestly, behind the cameras, around it. And it's just so respectless the way they have done that. Like, I know there can be something. I had a hard time where, for instance, I think you should start putting in contract that if you, as a actor, does something illegal, provenly illegal, that can prove to defame the movie, then you shouldn't be allowed to make money off the movie. Something like that. Because we have movies that have issues now. Flash and Aquaman. But this doesn't only hurt Ezra Miller and Amber Heard. It hurts everyone. And if you could make some kind of thing in the contract, and I know it will be hard to implement, but if you could, you would be able to say, okay, we have this movie called Aquaman, but we promise you Amber Heard will not make a penny out of it. We can't put her out of the story. We sadly can't do that because we don't have the money to go back, recast her, and make the entire movie. But she will never make a penny out of it. The same with Ezra Miller. And the people working on music and everything will still get their meaning to shine in the so people will know, see, I did this. So you should hire me on your next video or movie or whatever. You should hire me because I did this. And this part is not the problematic part of this movie. I think they should do this. Then we have some other issues. One being that, listen, if you know you're gonna rethink a world, then at least tell why did I use a fire move? That was stupid. If you know we're not sure about the future of this world, then don't make an actor go out as on the forefront, as a front person, and say, "Hey guys, I'm back. You know me. You laughed. We are ready for this," and hype people up, and then a month later, you're fired. You cannot do that. That's respectless. You can also not make a deal with another actor and say, and this is how I understand the story. I don't have it from any direct sources, but this is what I understand. Big actor wants to be in the movie if it's a good movie. So he wants to make sure that it's a really good movie. Fair. He has the name to do so. He can do so. He wants to secure that the future of the franchise is a good franchise. Sure, he got a promise that if he came in, made this movie or a part of the future, build it up this way, then he can get this actor back too. That's a part of the deal. Then you can't shoot the whole movie, put it up there, even get the actor coming back, making a short, what's it called? A short scene where he's in, announcing to everyone that he's back. And then a month later say, "Yeah, we promised, but..." Well, we promised what was our plan then, but it's not our plan now. So, yeah, that's just how it is. You cannot do that. That's respectless. So respectless. And I just can't. It frustrates me so much that they even thought of that as a thing to do. Yeah, can you feel how I'm feeling right now? It's just for God's sake. I can't have it. I just can't. It's unbelievable. It's frustrating. And it shouldn't happen. And again, it doesn't only hurt this one actor or two actors. It hurts everyone. And I know the idea is that they got someone who have done all of these things before. He knows what he's doing. But I'm also afraid that he's just gonna turn DC into Marvel, and I don't want that. I love Marvel, but I really enjoy DC's darker tones. I love the Snyder cut of the what's it called? The it's not Avengers. It's Justice League. I love that. That was amazing. The Snyder cut. It wasn't perfect. Like, there was something that just felt very unfinished, which they were. But in the original they put out earlier, it was awful. Like, you have one scene where Batman is really serious. How it should be. Batman have always been this darker character. And the next is someone shoots him in the ass and he starts laughing. that's not how things works. That's not the personality of the Batman. We want a dark knight, dark character. And it just frustrates me so much that they want to make it a joke. I actually already are really on the edge with the Thor movies. Again, I am Danish. Denmark is a Viking country. I still know people in Denmark that still which religion still is the Asgardian gods. I'm not sure what's it called in the English when you believe in those, but they do, and that's their choice. So you're basically making a lot of fun with a god. Oh god. And first of all, Love and Thunder, the beginning where he get a signal, SOS signal from his wife. And I thought, this is finally the movie where they're gonna acknowledge Love and Thunder. He's married. I hoped. No. Everyone knows Thor has a wife, right? I'm just frustrated so much because it's people's religion you're making fun of. Until then, I was like, okay, it's a superhero. It's not the same Thor. It's just inspired by it. But still, with Christianity, could you imagine they made that with a character inspired by Jesus or Muhammad or something like that? Like, we had a cartoon at the back of a paper. It's kind of like Garfield cartoons and kind of like that, those short 3 pictures cartoons you get on the back of newspapers, where, and I don't want to say this to disrespect, I say it to compare the situation. They draw Muhammad, I think it was Muhammad, I'm not sure, but someone from the Muslim religion with a bomb inside of a turban on his head. That started the biggest religious crisis in Denmark for years. And people in Muslim countries was hosting these events where they just burned Bibles. They was stomping on Danish flags. We actually got threats. The one who drew them, I'm not even sure if he's the one who made the story, but he drew them, needed to be under police protections for years afterwards for doing that. But we need to be okay with Thor. And I'm not saying that they should draw a Muhammad with a bomb in the turban. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying, could you imagine if, like, again, I know it's a small religion nowadays. I think it's may only be people in Denmark, Sweden, and Norway, and a small part because overall we are a Christian country. But it's just frustrating. We use Switch Pokemon. And I think you could do that with a lot of respect. Thor isn't one to... Well, he always been one to be laughed at. I will say that much. He always been one that you can laugh of. But he would normally be in on the joke, if you can say it that way. Now we just laugh of how stupid he is, and that's not Thor. He would like do things to actively to make you laugh. He would always do the right thing. If his wife told him to. Like, a lot of the things Thor did was because of his wife. He actually, I think it's the hair thing. Like, Loki cut off all of Sif's hair. And Thor got so mad that he forced Loki to go and get her some new one. Better and beautifuler than ever. And I don't remember how he forced him to do so. So that anyway, that ends up with he finds these dwarves that will smith golden hair for her, and they also made Thor's hammer, so that's how he got the hammer. But Thor's power is not his hammer. He was a god before the hammer, for instance. Ivysaurs. Oh, we will just end the fight. He was a god long before, and him and Loki is not the only kids of Odin. Odin is all father. He's father of all. Well, not all, but all of the gods. But technically, we have Freya and Frey. That is not Asgardian gods. They are from Vanaheim. But they were into a war with the gods, and this is also what's very, very funny. They decided instead of all fighting, they will fight one against one. So Odin, of course, as god of war, Odin chose to do that himself. Vanaheim sent out this very thin, very small person to fight him. And actually won. Odin was bested. Afterwards, the warrior took off the helmet, and it shows that it was a little girl. Not a little girl like a little girl, but a little shape-wise, a little thin woman, young woman. More beautiful than any Odin ever saw, and this was Freya. Freya then decided that they needed peace. I think everyone decided that. So they made an offer that Freya and her brother Frey would stay with the Asgardian for the rest of their lives. And that's when they became gods. So since Odin was a god of war, Freya had beaten him. Therefore, he wasn't the greatest warrior. So Freya became goddess of war after that. And furthermore, she also was kind of god of love. It's a little... her brother Frey represents love, like family love and reproduction and such. And she's more like the physical aspect of love, if we can say it that way. So yeah, I don't know why I went that way with it, but it's still the same thing. Like, there's so much misinformation on that, and there's a lot of great stories about the Asgardian gods. There's so much to go through, and you could learn a lot both by the stories, but also by the gods themselves. And people think that Thor is this massive god of war and god of everything. No. He's god of thunder, and he's god of the ocean. So he would be the one you wanted to appease before you go on a voyage over the water. So you don't want a storm when you are on the water to get safe over. Not god of sailing though. That was Schnorr, I think. But still same thing, you know. I'm running in the same circle here. Like, there's a lot of gods, I think, especially people not from Norwegian countries, northern countries here in this area, probably don't know. But I also think that there's something that got lost already back then. Like, you could see from big different settlements back then that some of them was very celebratory of some gods, and some settlements were more towards other gods. So of course there already back then were some issues around there. Why am I sleeping? feel like I'm gonna die now. Yeah, I really need to stop talking about this because it's pissing me off. And this is not today where I want to be pissed off. This is today where I just want to relax because it's Sunday. And for some people, it's Christmas. Not for us, as I mentioned in my live stream yesterday. Christmas was yesterday in Denmark, so we are already over that. Or not over that. Again, my parents comes home tomorrow evening, and then I think Tuesday we're gonna celebrate a little bit just in the family, which I really enjoy. Okay. Try to treasure. Guys, just a fair warning. I'm not gonna go to the gym today. But I want to get to level 45, so next time we can just start there. But I actually thought of if I do this, and if I find the right button. Yeah, there it was, because I have doubles of a lot of them, I feel. So we could send all of the doubles to the professor. I think you are a double, isn't you? Yeah, we have one up there. I'm pretty sure I have you, I have you. I have you guys. Oh, there. I only need one ponytail. Have you. I should rather keep Rapidash, to be honest. Well, we have a 36, 35, so we're gonna get rid of you and then send. Then hopefully we will get some good candy. I'd rather have some XP candy if I can, but apparently I can't. We're just gonna catch a few Pokemon. Like, we must be almost there, I think. Which thing is, I'm not sure I can beat them, actually. Oh, I also need to say, even though I've been live this week, I'm not gonna be live next week. I'm gonna be live Wednesday, and we're gonna play Violet. But Saturday and Sunday, I'm gonna be off because I have anxiety with the fireworks. So I'm gonna be drugged out, basically, those things. So I'm not gonna go live. Gonna take the days off, relax, try to sleep through most of it. And hopefully it's gonna help. Hopefully. So yeah, it's just fair warning. Saturday and Sunday I will not be here, but I will probably be here afterwards. Like Wednesday and the first week of June 2023, I will be back. I will also try to get them up today so you can go in and see there when I'm live, or when I'm planning to be live anyway. It's not always the same thing. However, I do try to. I really do try to make it, like, schedule it. But sometimes my brain just fucks me up, which is wonderful, apparently. I think I may win this one. If I kill it now. Yeah. But then I think we need to swap Pokemon. Just forgot something very important. As long as my Eevee is out cold, I don't get any XP. Oh, why didn't I switch Pokemon? I just said I need to switch Pokemon and then I didn't. Well, at least we can get one more move in. And it burned! Burn, baby, burn. Burn, baby, burn. How did I survive that? I'm not sure. In a bit of a pinch? You don't say. Let's burn it again, I guess. Okay, so now I can kill you before that comes down. How nice of you. Burn, baby, burn. But now I clearly have to swap Pokemon. I'm pretty sure. But how can I attack it when it's up in the sky? I'm not sure. Yeah. So we're gonna go with another fire-breathing dog. Fox. That must be a... Yeah, Ninetales is a fox, so Vulpix must also be. Actually looks a little bit like a doll in the face, but yeah. Fire blast. Blasted with fire. Fire. Thank you. Not as much as I would like. Could you please fire a little more? Great. And then a little more fire. Nope, not fair. No fear. Okay. So what do we have? We have you. Burn, baby, burn. Burn, baby, burn. And now it's dead. A elixir. I'm just gonna go in here and heal up. Where is the Pokemon Center? It's up there, of course, and we can't jump like 10 centimeters up. Burn, baby, burn. Ooh, we can learn new moves. Okay. What is Sparkly Swirl? Is that a fairy? It must be. Sparkly Swirl. Yeah, fairy type special attack. Here's the thing. I actually think we need to get rid of Buzzy Buzz because Buzzy Buzz is a fire move. Not Buzzy Buzz. Slishy Slide. Electrical attacks could be useful. But I feel like fairy type could be very useful here. So we're gonna take that and swap out here. And then I intend to take my other Eevee and make that a Jolteon instead. So we could actually just do that now, I guess. And again, our Vulpix can also evolve now, I guess. That must be power up. I only have a leaf and an ice stone. So we can actually buy them when we get back. So you can get that one. And it's so beautiful when it's evolved. So and then I want some better balls. I feel very much like I need some better balls. So I can just, if I sell all of my Pokeballs, because I can't really catch anything with them at this point. There. Gonna see, we cannot buy candy here, right? No, we cannot. I don't think you can that in any game. It's just nice to know if you can. Gonna 550. Again, Premier Balls aren't that good either in this game, so. So now we're gonna try and catch some more Pokemon. Pokemon, du sie fangen den. Ta-da! And I have a heal team now, so I'm gonna beat your stupid face. I said face, just in case I didn't pronounce it that way. And Buddy! Glacy Glow. And then we're just gonna try and sparkly swirl it, I guess. Yeah. And one more time. Hit me, baby, one more time. I like the pretty colors. Do it. Yeah, I have no energy for this shit now. I just want them to be caught so I can reach level 45, and I'm not even sure then we can beat her. But I don't know what I need to go to the gym here instead, so at least we will have something to do in a few weeks when I will be back from. Yeah, I can't really say I will be back because I will be here. I just won't be live. Gonna catch them all. I've always been a little impressed by the fact that songs sound like the people singing it sounds the same. Like the voice wise, it sounds the same. Like the lyrics is different, but the voices are so similar. It's kind of crazy. Especially because all of the characters in the game sound so different. And I actually came to really enjoy the English versions of most of the characters better, because the Danish ones look very whiny. And especially like the Ash character, he's actually a little more whiny in English, but a good kind of whiny, where his voice is very raspy in Danish. I also like that, but especially a lot of the female voices get very, very whiny in Danish, and I don't like that. And also sometimes the way they say things, some kinds make it sound like they mean other things. Like it can sound like they have like sarcasm in their voice, so it sounds like they don't mean the things they say. Where it's just easier to follow the English version. You a bloody rat. You have no right being so hard to catch, though rats are really hard to catch, so. Yeah. I got a Christmas gift for my kitty last night. I didn't appreciate it. At least it was it this time. It's just like these days I've been alone. I got 3 mice. And from the same cat. Normally they're both catching mice. I'm not sure why it's only him these days. Maybe he's trying to say something. He don't appreciate me these days. For instance, I haven't fed him today at all because he haven't ate what's there since last night. And every time he starts like telling me he wants food, I'm just gonna show him there's food, and then he's just, when did you do that? And he's like, he wants to eat it. It's just like he forgets it's there. It's so weird. But it's not my fault he is starving. He can just look in his food bowl and there's plenty of food. I actually didn't think about, I think we need a I want a big one to catch. Give me a big one. You're not a big one. Quadrada. Yay, a little bit bigger. Not much, but a little bit bigger. There you go. This is just so boring as grinding. Like, the catching cinematic works. Grinding cinematics, no. Cinematic. Mechanic. I feel like I'm doing something wrong here. Come here. I got the rat. You're so aggressive. Couldn't you just get in the ball? And stay there. Thank you. Yeah, sorry for that. I'm not even sure if you heard it. It's just like I was in a car accident a few years ago, and my neck just sometimes it just locks. So I can't take it when people crack their knuckles or such. I can't take the sound. It's so disgusting. But when my neck does that, I can't move it unless it cracks. Like, it cracks automatically when I move my neck down. And it's just like luck, and it's always in some weird way. It's not like when my head is just here, but then really stretch out or to the side and just lock like that. It's hurt like a bitch. And the sound is just like right behind my ear, so I can just hear it so easy. And I still hate this sound. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. I was to a chiropractor, I think 2 times or something like that. And she was just like, we just need to crack it. And I was like, yeah, it does that. I do that. Like, sometimes there can be a month in between, and sometimes it's like 10 times a day. It's so frustrating. Especially because the first time, couple of times it happened, I was driving. And I was really scared because my neck just locked. So I needed to really crack it out, and I was driving and I couldn't like get into the side because I was literally driving. Nowadays I'm not afraid of it because I know that I just need to. I have a kitty here. Hi, pretty princess. Hey, dog. Hey. Just gonna ask her if she wants to get out. I think she wants that. Either that or she thinks it's dinner time. She wanted dinner. It's not time. Nope. And she had... I think I fed her. No, she also had a lot left over. So she can clearly... And again, it's not to be mean against my cats, but cats actually naturally don't suffer if they don't get food 1 day a week. It would be healthy for them. I just can't do that, basically, because they take all of the mice outside, so I can't control when they would do it. So it's not because I'm starving them, like, they just want it when they want it, and if I gave them as much as they wanted, then... He's just licking the ball, and it's not... My cat's... Like, okay, my mom buys wet food for them, but she's not allowed to give them more than a teaspoon a day because it's not healthy for them. So they live off dry food because I really want to give them something with a lot of oof in it because I know they are gonna eat a lot of stuff outside to make sure that a stomach can handle it. I don't want to give them anything else. So I give them that, and then I give them raw meat sometimes if I have like you know, if you get chicken breast, there's always something you can remove. They get that. Don't give it. I don't give them when it's made as food with the seasoning and such on, but just raw, and they can. That's not an issue. And then I give them some treats once in a while. Not daily at all, because I want, when I give my cats treats, it should be a treat and not a right. It's like kids that think it's a right to get candy when they want to. It's not. It's a treat. It's something extra to do once in a while. And then sometimes my dad feeds them. Like stuff. But he always been this kind of person that give animal weird stuff. We had a dog. When we got burgers, like from outside, takeaway burgers, then he would open it, take out the salad, and then eat the rest of it. And then the salad he would give to the dog, like not healthy. Oh, we are already over level 45. Yay, us. So, what I want to do is get out of here. So. Oh, I don't need to go over here to see if I can actually fly, I think. So, we are in here. Then we need to go secret techniques. Okay, you can hear me now. Okay, I'm not sure when or why that happened. But the socks was from my brother. He's not a bad gift giver. I actually wished to have more socks because it's cold, and I like to get gifts that I'm gonna use, and that I know people are gonna get the right one. So, for instance, this one, even though it is from my parents, I bought it myself to make sure it was that one. Socks, you can't really. He knew I wanted something fluffy. I wanted something warm. So within that, it's really limited how much you can go wrong. And he made them all cute. So that's awesome. Um, I do not prefer, for instance, if I, for instance, wanted a DLC to a game or something, my mom wouldn't notice if it was a game or a game 2 or if it's a DLC or something like that. She wouldn't notice. So I would most likely get the wrong one. Yeah, if you notice, he's knocking on the window with the thingy. Um, that's just how she works. And all of the boxes in my bed, it's because Christmas. So yeah. But yeah, that's where we're gonna leave it today, guys. As not as always, but again, if you celebrated Christmas yesterday, good bad Christmas. If you celebrate Christmas today, Merry Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, then I just hope you have a magical weekend and a magical week. And we are gonna hit the new year in a week. So, yeah. And as always, guys, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you know the next time I upload a video. We'll hope to see you again either in the comments below or in the next video. Bye, guys.